Hello, Firebirds fans. Welcome to the final Albany Firebirds review and preview show. The Firebirds are now eliminated from the playoffs. The Firecats won in a huge upset against Kentucky, and they were our only chance to making the playoffs. We finished the season 7-9, which isn't horrible for where this franchise has been in the past. You know, looking back on it, you know, we totally rebranded. Attendance was actually, I mean, it was all right, but fanfare was good. You know, the team really put together a lot of nice promotions and had fans out in the streets. It was pretty good in that sense, but the attendance was pretty down. But so to say the rebranding worked is, you know, not really accurate. But even so, it was a fun year to have, you know, this Firebirds name. 7-9. We started off 0-5, and to finish off 7-9 isn't great, but you know, there is something to say about that. The fact that we could have really made the playoffs, and we just needed a terrible team to lose to a good team, and unfortunately, Lorenzen for Kentucky got injured in the game, which allowed Florida to pull ahead. Looking back on the season, we definitely had some injuries like Christian Wise and Lawrence Wade. Everyone was getting banged up. Wassel obviously was out in the beginning of the season. Had those injuries not occurred, you know, it's sad to say what if, but we probably would have made the playoffs. We would have won one of those first 5 games, which would have given us a playoff berth. Definitely a fun season. AF2 TV was pretty great, but in the last game it actually didn't work, which was very annoying because that was the most meaningful game. But, you know, there were some good times when we were on some winning streaks and terrible times like today when we just missed the playoffs. All we needed was Florida to lose. Florida hasn't paid their AF2 bills yet, so there were some rumors that they weren't actually going to be allowed to be in the playoffs because they haven't paid. Couple other rumors swarming around, just may as well allude to this. An article came out where the lower budget, lower attendance AF2 teams would merge with the IFL, and teams like Spokane and Louisville would move up to this AFL Light that would have teams that still want to play who are currently in the suspended AFL. So that's something to think about. The Firebirds would probably be in that IFL league since they're not a high-grossing team. But, you know, the AF2 is still pretty profitable since franchise costs are so low, and there is still a chance that the Firebirds will return next year, but you know Albany was on the edge of folding last year, so who knows after this season whether we'll see a Firebirds team next year. So I decided, you know, that's pretty much it. There's not much more to say. The season has been fun. I hope you guys enjoy the site. But so I think we'll look back now, maybe some of, you know, Firebirds Nest highlights over the season. So have fun with this.
We'll see at the end of the season. I definitely can't say what our record will be, but I'm sure it's going to be a very positive and productive outlook, and definitely a good one.
And now you've won 3 in a row. What's key to keeping this going and maybe using this as a motivator for the rest of the team?
Hard work. Hard work.
All right. Good. What was key to maintaining concentration when the ball was up in the air, and that was one of the key touchdowns of the game?
Well, I didn't run a good route to help my quarterback out. And when I seen the ball, I knew I wasn't going to be able to get between them, so I just wanted to try to pop it up, and I knew it was going to be in the air if I could. So, you know, I was already thinking about popping it up, and I tried to do it, and I did my best. Joe Jerry Vicious.
It may be a temporary thing. I don't know. That's going to be a coach's decision. I'm a quarterback first, and if he needs me at other positions, then so be it. Then I'll play other positions as long as I can help the team win, and anything I could do to better my chances of moving up and getting up into the higher leagues and try and be as versatile as possible. So that'll be coach's decision. But as long as I'm helping the team win, that's all that matters.
There have been some pretty bad injuries on both sides of the ball, taking out people like Wise, Wade. A bunch of players are missing. What's the point? Making up injuries on both sides of the ball.
That shows you that even though we have a young team, we have a little depth. We can plug guys in at any time. A lot of guys came in, and like EJ never played. Came in, done a great job. Ramsey never played. Came in, done a great job. line, we got 2 linemen never played arena football. They all doing a great job, and it just taking my head off of these guys.
Playoff run, we were basically getting down. It's still early in the season. I mean, it's a 17-week season, 16 games, and I mean, we're taking it game by game and week by week.
Tonight, and how did that feel to come in and perform right away?
Man, I feel pretty good. Just glad to be part of the win. That's it, man. So, pretty much it, man. Just glad to win. Yeah.
Once Christian Wise comes back, how do you think that you will fit in? Because you were sort of replacing him this week, but you obviously showed you belong. Yeah. So how do you think the receiving core will adjust to having both of you guys?
I mean, we actually got about 5 or 6 guys. So I think we're gonna hold up pretty well. I mean, we're gonna have a rotate now, so a pretty good rotation. So that's pretty much it.
And what do you feel was the difference maker in this game? I mean, you played well, Wassel played well, both newcomers pretty much. Do you feel you guys were the difference makers, or do you think it was an overall team effort?
I think it was overall team effort. Defense stepped up, O-line, D-line, everybody stepped up and played as a team, special teams as a whole. We just played good together.
And a couple of players have been saying that practice was way more physical and that may have knocked you guys into shape. How can you attest to that, and how can you say maybe that knocked you guys into shape this week?
No, but Tuesday was the worst day. I think it was worse than training camp. So I'm still sore from Tuesday. So it might have helped. I mean, it was a confident boost. I should put it like that, because we had more physical contact, and he wanted to see what guys was gonna step up and play. So that's pretty much it.
All right, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Seeing more of this man.
All right.
I'm here with Reggie Paramore, lineman for the Firebirds, and what was it like finally getting this win and playing physical and winning out at the end?
It was a long time coming. We bust our butts every week. Work our hardest. We was just mixing things up, putting certain players certain places. We didn't have a couple of our key guys, but in the same sense, we came together as a team, and that's what we've been wanting to do all season. We weren't really finishing games the way we needed to, and finally this game, it was a awakening for us, and I feel like this is going to help us keep progressing forward and accomplishing all our goals this year.